Hi guys, Trisha Dishing here with the first part of my video expose, whatever you want to call it, recap of the Las Vegas shooting. It's unbelievable all the information that's going out, and it's kind of getting to the point to where it's very insulting that many believe this. But anyway, I know there's a lot of sleep, and as you guys know, my video that I did before was on what a false flag was, and not mind you, false flags are not just military operations, and for them to get to do a certain objective to that there's no killings or things like that. There's a lot of times in false flags people do really get killed. Now, like number one, 9/11, we know the basis of 9/11 was nothing but to get the American people to give up their rights to be monitored and private, big brother everywhere, regarding the Patriot Act, and also for us to go into war into Afghanistan and Iraq for nefarious reasons. We'll get into that another time. But right now, they're telling us that this man right here, Stephen Paddock, this is the information that we know so far. He's 65 years old. They want us to believe that he toted up 27 guns, okay? Not just guns, not just like some, regular Glocks and some 9mm. They want us to believe that he toted up 27 semi-automatic weapons, okay, to the 32nd floor in a well-known, well-monitored, everywhere you turn around, there's videos, because when it's called the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino, when you're in a casino, if you ever go into one, there's videos everywhere. And that he was also not just carrying 27 guns, y'all. He was carrying all the ammo to go along with that. Then they want us to believe that in the between, that he was on the 32nd floor doing this mass shooting, that he was just wielding these guns around like he was Rambo, honey. And look at him. Look at this guy. I mean, my goodness, he's just a picture of being Rambo, right? Oh my goodness. Then we find out who is Stephen Paddock. He's a 65-year-old man, right? And he's associated with none other than Lockheed Martin. Oh yes, the military industrial complex, number one company. And I find it very funny that anytime that there's any kind of national news, I can't get into all the other ones, there's always somewhere along the line, there's somebody from Lockheed Martin. Well, what is Lockheed Martin, you ask? Well, Wikipedia says this. Lockheed Martin is an American global aerospace defense security and advanced technology company with worldwide interests. It was formed by the merger of Lockheed Corporation with Martin Marietta in March 1995. It is headquartered in Bethesda, Maryland, in Washington, D.C. area. Lockheed employs 97,000 people worldwide. So did you guys catch this? It is one of the largest companies in the aerospace, defense, security, and technologies industry. Now, of course, they're not going to sit there and tell us that Lockheed Martin is under the thumb and in bed, and actually the puppets that get pulled, their strings get pulled by the military industrial complex. They're not going to tell you that. They're just going to make it look like, yeah, we work with the military, but it's nothing insidious. Oh, yes, it is. So whether this guy, was up there doing his thing with the guns, he was either used as a patsy, because remember, we have one, Oswald was used as a patsy. Oswald was CIA, okay? And he supposedly took down the president with from all kinds of security and things like that. And he took down the president, and we know what happened with him. They killed him right when they were arresting him, because they'll blame the person first, and then they'll end up killing him so that nobody can ever, interview him again, and so forth, right? So this gentleman here is the guy who did this, but he's, like I said, he worked for Lockheed Martin. But even though we've learned from his family members, from his brother in particular, and a couple neighbors, that this man was a nice, cool guy, he wasn't into guns. And they even showed him having a picture, and I should have brought it up, with I didn't even want to say it, with one of those vagina hats that those people were wearing during the Trump protests against Trump coming in. So he was one of those guys. Oh my goodness. Isn't that the perfect person who would go crazy and start shooting hundreds of people, killing 58 people and injuring 500? Come on, guys, use your brains. Didn't we just look into that Jesus told us to be not deceived? Be not deceived that these things are going to happen. Look at our, this is all about gun control. This is all about several different agendas, first of all. They're trying to make Stephen also look like he's nuts. So I don't know if you guys know, because they haven't got the guns from us yet. They have been now trying to say anybody who's ever been depressed, took a depression medication, or has ever been sad, they're trying to pass legislation that you can't ever get a gun that way. And if you are like that, you're going to turn your gun in. Wow. Isn't that just something? See, they're looking at every angle. Let's take a look at what they've been wanting to do from the beginning.
An informational campaign.
Okay, this is Eric Holder talking about that they need to brainwash us to get our guns.
Washington, D.C., and in particular our young people.
Okay, let me hear this again.
Really change the hearts and minds of people in Washington, D.C., and in particular our young people. They are saturated in the media and in entertainment, or by the entertainment industry, with violence. And I think too many of our young people, in particular our young men, are fascinated with violence, and in particular fascinated with guns. Also at the school board, to make a part of every day some kind of anti-violence, anti-gun message. Every day, every school, at every level. One thing that I think is clear with young people and with adults as well is that we just have to be repetitive about this. It's not enough to simply have a catchy ad on a Monday.
Sure, do false flags.
We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
Did you guys just hear that? He said, we got to brainwash. The federal government is dealing with the school districts and telling them every day, in the curriculum, everywhere, you must tell them against guns. We'll be right back.
Brainwash people into thinking